Hi guys, Sandra here of the blog thesensiblemom.com, and in today's vlog it's just me. I am attending a local blogging conference in the Chicagoland area called Blogging Concentrated, so today's vlog is going to be all about that. Alright, I'm headed inside.
I really married up. My podcast. It's also findingjoy.net, which is a site I started about 10 years ago. And then a bunch of niche sites that we're going to talk about as well, including one of Dan's called The Benefits of Resveratrol. And we believe in the power of voice and what we get to do as small business owners and entrepreneurs. And we travel the globe training and teaching and really, I think, kind of giving that little extra push into believing in what everyone we get to do in this room. And this is a map of where we have been in the last 2 years. So yesterday was our 2-year anniversary from the first Blogging Concentrated that we did in Denver.
The first official.
First official one, yes. So yeah, kind of a big thing. I was like, wow, I remember a year ago and I was like, wow, we've done this for a year and now it's been 2 years. And what? Like, I can help you as in your restaurant. And then you try to make the emotions very, very hard to convince people of what you're doing right now. There's not that, there's an extra layer, an extra step. But if they can understand the core part of your business model, why you do what you do, why you believe, like think about the power in, if you do a guest post and they ask for your bio, you could do the bio of, hi, my name is this, I blog at this site, I've gotten these many page views, or I do this, I've got posts featured here, versus I think the one that I have starts, I believe in the tenacity of the human spirit to change, and something like that. It's a very different type of bio. It's something that draws people in, like, why are they writing that? Why does she believe that? Why does this company believe this?
The conference is going great so far. We're taking a quick 5-minute break, so I'm going to call Ruben and then I'm going to try to find some coffee because I haven't had anything to eat or drink yet, and I need some coffee. Alright, I got my coffee and we're about to get started again. Okay guys, conference has been great so far, and now it is time for lunch. I'll show you guys where we're eating today. Okay guys, so here is lunch. I love that there were lots of veggies available, and I got a sandwich. Looks delicious.
Right here.
On the post.
So I would like a plug-in so that we have, leave a comment, pin it, like it, share it. And there's a plugin that AddThis does that allows you to share it to like 268 different
She
posts.
has that, but I'll let you.
So check on this, but for everybody, I want to see them at the top, but I also want to see them at the bottom. Like sometimes, oh, should I do them at the top or bottom? And the reason for the ones at the bottom too is, I don't want to take the risk, I don't want anyone to take the risk that your reader's going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the post and like it and think, oh, and you have to trust them to scroll back up to click like.
Nobody scrolls back up.
They need to have the instant opportunity to click like, pin, tweet, share at the bottom. I got a voucher. That was a real hard.
No, the one thing we do not want at any point in time is custom buttons. We do not want a Facebook button that looks like a roof shingle, a Twitter button that looks like a mailbox. You want the button that people recognize. It is no different than a stop sign in a neighborhood. If the stop sign is made of wood and it just says stop in blue, like we're not stopping. Our brains are not designed for that. Our brains are designed for the red Pinterest button, the blue Facebook button, the Twitter bird. And there's a lot of people who aren't going to be using them because they just don't see it. Their brains cannot pin it. They just gloss right over it. We do hundreds of website reviews a year, and sometimes I have to search. Even though I know they're there, my brain has to search, like, where is the Facebook like button? It's got to be here somewhere. And eventually I find it, and it's a brown basketball. This is a sports site. It's got F on it, and there's a white baseball that's got a T for Twitter. And it's just too cutesy for anyone to just, in normal, constant motion, to actually tweet it or to press the like button. So we definitely want to see those at the top and at the bottom. So our job is we have to make money, and we have to create fans. We have to turn the fans into cheerleaders, which means we have to get them to like our content, tweet, pin, share, all that stuff. Once they are doing that for us, then we are out of the marketing game. Disney doesn't have to do much marketing. There are lots of Disney people. Sometimes I unfollow you if you're too Disney. Like, if you just like it too much, I just can't handle it. If it's Disney every single day, I'm out. Like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. So, but that's because they are Disney's marketing machine. This is what we want to create, a marketing machine. Social Media Examiner, as soon as that conference comes around, there are people talking about that conference left and right all the time. They've turned the fans into cheerleaders, and the cheerleaders are doing the work. So how do we do that? First, we start with what we talked about earlier today. We have to have the right people in our environment. We've got to have the right audience. If it's the $20 Amazon gift card, none of this is going to resonate because we have the wrong people anyway. So we've got to make sure that everything that brings people to our site is bringing the right people. Twitter, our Pinterest pins. Do not create Pinterest boards for stuff that does not belong on your site. This is a business activity. We are wasting time. Our kids are in the other room waiting for us to get off the computer. Only do business activities. Food blogger, food boards. We're bringing people back to the site. So we want to make sure that Pinterest, every single board brings the people back to the site who want what we have. I don't need to drive people to other people's sites. I don't need to pin other people's stuff. I need to pin my own stuff. It is a traffic driver for me. The readers on Pinterest, they collate their own stuff. They curate, they follow 55 different people. They already curate everything. They get pins from everywhere. I don't need to also add additional pins to their world that aren't mine. My job is to bring traffic back here. But most importantly, I need to bring the right traffic. SEO. We want to rank for terms that actually matter to our business. So those are the terms because we're bringing people back. And once we have the right people, then we go to the next step, which we talked about this morning, which is the insights and the copy and writing stuff that resonates with the audience. Because this part matters. It has to resonate. They have to laugh. They have to cry. They have to say, oh, that is so me. They have to say, thanks, that solves the problem. Like, it has to resonate. When we get there, we're almost home. We almost have the like. Now we have to give them the mechanism.
And so as you're watching it, I want you to think about what are the things that you really want to do? Where do you want to take this business that you're building right now? What are the things that would be your dream? Do you want to be on the Today Show? Do you want to make a book? Do you want a company? What are those dreams? And then what are the dreams beyond that, the freedom dreams?
Pretty much everything that we talk about, starting from the smallest thing like the Twitter description, is making sure that we get the littlest parts right so that the bigger parts work, so that we're working smarter and we actually have time. That's our worst, that's our biggest enemy. It's time. We're stuck on the computer. We can't get away. And then when it's time to grow, it's really about hiring someone else. And now we have another thing to manage, and we didn't really gain any time. So we really spend all of our events on figuring out how do we do this smarter? What are the kinds of things, even the custom sidebars, and making sure that we're monetizing correctly? Because at some point in time, at some point during the day, you've got to realize that a vacation is important. Taking your family to Disney without the computer, that is like something we don't even understand at this point. Like, how do I leave it for 7 days? How do I do that? How does that happen? But this was not something that was a big deal 20 years ago. Taking a vacation was normal. People just left their job and they came back and it was still there. So we have a bigger fight. Our fight is harder. So we're hoping that you continue to work really, really smart and take the kinds of things that we talk about, absorb them, use your own knowledge, figure out how are you going to implement them or not implement them for whatever reason you come up with, and then grow. Because at some point in time, we are going to run out of time. We're not going to be able to do everything unless we figure out ahead of time. I keep saying time, unless we figure out ahead how we're going to make this business work. So we just put together a quick video of, I guess, the kinds of things that we've always wanted to do. And if we can learn to dream like this, we could probably make it happen.
All right, guys, so the conference is over and I'm going to be heading home now. I feel like I learned a lot today and I'm taking away some really good stuff that I'm going to be implementing on my blog and on our YouTube channels. So I'm really happy that I came, but I am excited to be going home now and see how the day went for Ruben and the kids. I just want to share one thing that I learned today that I think might be helpful to you if you're a blogger or a vlogger or you are active on social media in some way. Even if you don't have a blog or a YouTube channel, this still applies to you. And it's something that we have already talked about as a family, just privately, not online. But it's if somebody unsubscribes to your YouTube channel or stops following you on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, you shouldn't feel bad about that for like more than 10 seconds, because what we talked about over and over today at the conference is that you want people, following you on your blog or your YouTube channel or wherever, in life, that you want people following you that are going to be for you and that are excited about what you're doing. And if somebody unsubscribes or somebody doesn't like your Facebook page anymore, then that is actually a good thing. You don't want that person there that isn't going to be, excited about whatever you're doing online. So I hope that's helpful in some way, and encouragement in some way. I know we've already been over this as a family. I'm like, if somebody unsubscribes to our YouTube channel, I'm like, our channel, then it wasn't for them. And I'm a happy camper. They're happy camper. I want them to be subscribed to channels that they like. And I want people to be subscribed to our channel and to my blog and everything like that, that likes my content and likes what I'm sharing and can relate to me and things like that. So I hope that was helpful to somebody out there. Right now I'm going to start driving, and I'm just going to wrap up the vlog right here, because I know that when I walk through the door, I'm going to tell Ruben about my day. He's going to tell me about his day, and I know the kids are going to want to hang out with me, so I probably won't be able to get much filming done at home. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.